Ryan Johnson, All In Magazine here with Sugar Tits from Poker News, if you will. Ryan Johnson, All In Magazine here with the beautiful Kristy from Poker News. Thank you for spending some time with us.
For those watching, I asked him to call me Sugar Tits, so don't think that he's like a misogynist and just like calling women Sugar Tits all the time.
Let's talk a little bit about what people don't really know about how you deliver them the news.
I guess what people don't see is we get rejected all the time. Have you gotten rejected for interviews before?
Actually, we've never been rejected for an interview.
It's just me.
But it's funny to hear that you do get rejected. What's up with that? Like, what's their excuse? I don't have time, or what is that all about?
I'm not really sure, but you guys always see the final cut, the final interview, and there's so many things that happen in between that I think is the most fun, and that's why my favorite videos are always like the bloopers, or when you can see players when they're just being real, because I think the camera for a lot of poker players is really scary. A lot of them are really charismatic, witty, so I wish more people could see that from poker players, because I think they get a bad rap for being stiff and shy, and they're not all like that.
You know, it's another thing that's cool is a lot of people don't get to see the press rooms that combine with these tournaments. I mean, there's a lot of hard work that goes in behind the scenes for you guys to see the stuff that we bring to you. But I was just asking Kristy, I was like, have you been living in the press room all week? And she's like, yes, I have. What have you been eating? How have you been keeping your energy up?
Well, it's really expensive here, so we're not eating all that much, which is a great diet. Come to the PCA, lose some weight, because you can't afford to eat anything here. But we've all been camped out in there this entire time, working hard to bring you guys all the action.
Exactly.
Where have you guys been? You're not in there.
Yeah, we've had the luxury to keep a mobile office going.
Nice.
So we actually have 3 different locations that we have rooms at. So we're over at the Reef. We've got a spot over at Harborside, which we aren't using that often. And then we've been entertaining at the All In Villa, which is over at the Ocean Club. Last night we had David Williams over and did some cool interviews with him.
He's the best.
He's awesome.
He's a great interview. We had him on the podcast, and I walked over and listened for 5 seconds, and all I heard was, and then he put his balls on the table. And I was like, what is he talking about? But he's great.
We had just dropped him off in a golf cart to do this podcast. A couple of last things. What would you say is the top thing that people don't know about bringing live coverage like this?
The criticism after all the hard work we've done is the hardest part for me, because we do put our heart and soul into it, and I know a lot of us really have a big passion for poker. We really care about the players. We really care what we put out there. Sometimes players ask us not to ask them about a sensitive topic, and if we don't address it, then it's my fault for being like a bad reporter and not knowing or something like that. So that's the hardest part for me.
Understandable. Let's talk about the easy parts now. We're in the Bahamas, right? It's a beautiful Atlantis. Have you had an opportunity to go play a little bit? Have you been on any of the slides, seen the sharks, anything like that?
Well, this is actually my 6th year here. So in previous years, I have done all of it and really enjoyed it. So the easiest part, yes, is being in these amazing places for my job. But this year, as you can tell from my voice, I've been a little under the weather. So this year, I haven't done anything except work out at the beach once, but that was for work and that was for a video. But if this is your first year here, you have to go down that really steep slide and get the biggest wedgie of all time. If you don't do that while you're here, you're not experiencing the Bahamas, like the wedgie of all time. That's what you gotta do.
You heard it here first. Avoid the sharks on the table, get a wedgie on the slides,
Exactly.
and enjoy the PCA.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do one more intro, just in case we don't want to do sweet nipples. Actually, it was, what did I call you, sweet tits? Sugar tits. I usually am a sweet nipple guy.
I like sweet nipples.
I'm a sweet nipple guy.